Okay, so data collection, continuing on with phase two. Case notes were the primary source of data collection. This was, for continuity of services between myself and Melissa, my supervisor, who had been working with Terry previous to me. And then the housing eligibility I also put for data collection. So through collecting all these housing applications and all the requirements from different public housing, the Missoula Housing Authority, and different assisted living facilities, that became a way of collecting data too, by going through all these applications with her. Her strengths, definitely her motivation, her positive outlook is her number one strength. Despite having so many things kind of weighing her down, that she really does maintain a pretty cheerful attitude, a great sense of humor, has really been quite fun to work with. So that's been really nice. And then income, she does receive a reliable fixed monthly income, so that's definitely an asset. Problems, her health is definitely a major issue. A lot of appointments, medications to remember to take, and just a drain on her energy, not feeling well. It's hard to get around. Her fixed income, she only receives $739 a month. Anyone renting in Missoula knows that doesn't go very far. Shelter life, again, living in the shelter now for 4 months has taken its toll on her, emotional well-being. It is very stressful to live in an emergency shelter. And then the lack of her social systems, no immediate family, just a few close friends, but they're all in the Seeley Lake area, and not having a lot of connections to the community now besides her connection at the POV. So that is definitely a limitation. So phase 3 of the plan change process, intervention. The practice and theories models I used to inform my intervention. I definitely took a client-centered approach, really letting Terry set the pace for the meetings that we had together, let her determine what we were going to get done. Looking at a crisis intervention model also, that before she got kind of acclimated to shelter life, she wasn't going to be ready to work towards permanent housing. So helping, to kind of help get her stabilized so we could start really working towards these permanent housing goals. And empowerment, the empowerment model, again, goes back to the strengths perspective, really helping her to kind of harness her own strength and feel empowered in her situation to help motivate her to want to achieve these housing goals. Motivational interviewing was super important when, especially for intermittent check-ins and kind of an ongoing assessment of kind of her emotional well-being and factoring that into the intervention. And then it was definitely a task-centered approach that we, literally sat down, wrote out kind of a checklist, a to-do list, and then every week checked in with what had gotten done, any items that needed to be added. So the goals of our intervention, our real only goal, the whole purpose of our interaction was to find permanent housing. So I broke that down into 5 objectives for the purposes of this project. Objective 1, find viable housing options and collect applications. Objective 2, attend Missoula Housing Authority's orientation. Objective 3, collect information necessary for housing applications. Objective 4, obtain replacement social security card as required for identification by public housing programs. And then objective 5, meet weekly with the case manager and check-ins as needed. So I was pretty much serving as her case manager for the last 6 weeks or so. And then just previous to that, she was meeting with my supervisor, Melissa, and once I'm gone, she'll go back to meeting with Melissa. So I think I'm going to pause it here again just in case, and I will finish up with phase 4. Okay? Thanks, guys.